It'll be the Guardians in the Bronx on Monday. CeeLo, straight up, how do you think these two match up?
I think the Yankees have the advantage, and I don't want to put too much into the regular season matchups, but as you alluded to, they won 4 out of 6, and the 2 losses were actually extra inning games as well. So, I mean, look, this is set up well for the Yankees pretty much from the start of the postseason with the opponents that they're facing. Not to make light of the Guardians, I think I was personally a little bit more scared of the Tigers with the juju and the vibes that they had going. Obviously, the Tarek Skubal effect, even though he wasn't so great in the Game 5 against Cleveland on Saturday. But I think that this shapes up well for the Yankees in a lot of different ways, especially with the way they've figured out some roles in the back end of the bullpen right now. And if Aaron Judge ever gets back to being Aaron Judge at some point and they get a little bit more of a contribution from the lineup outside of Giancarlo Stanton, I think that could actually be on the shorter side of this series. Harper.
Yeah, I think the Yankees got to be favored. They got a lot of advantages to me. The big advantage for the Guardians is the bullpen. You saw again today, Vogt used 8 pitchers to get through that game against the Tigers, and Clase pitched the last 2. So he wants to get to that pen. They had the best ERA in baseball, that pen, and that's their big advantage. But their starting pitching is just, it's okay. The Yankees should score runs against them, as you said. If Judge gets hot, to go with what Stanton's doing, Soto, they got much more advantage there. The Guardians will run. They steal bases. They were like 5th in base stealing. And they put the ball in play, but they don't have the kind of power the Yankees have. If the Yankees have the power and hit home runs, they should have a big advantage here, I think.
You mentioned the bullpen. We got to talk about their closer, Emmanuel Clase. He was historically good in the regular season, .61 ERA with a very similar whip, but so far this postseason, he's given up 4 runs over 4 appearances. So, Harp, are they getting him at a vulnerable time, or are those performances just flukes?
I mean, the numbers say so, but he got through 6 outs today in 24 pitches, so he looks like whatever was going on, he's back on track. A lot of that was that home run he gave up, which was shocking to see in that series against the Tigers. But this guy is so good. He had a below 1 ERA, historic numbers he put up regular season. So I tend to lean more toward that. He did have a couple of hiccups in his Tigers series, but you never know with these guys. The higher the pressure, you got to see how they respond. Now this is going to be a huge pressure situation for him against the Yankees. So really looking forward to see how he handles it.
I mean, look, even the best closers get tripped up at some point. I mean, you don't want it to happen in the postseason. I think this is a little bit of a small sample size situation. Guys get nicked here and there, but I mean, his stuff is obviously elite. And like you said, that was on full display in closing out Game 5 for Cleveland against Detroit on Saturday. Yankees have seen a ton of him over the years that he's really come into sort of focus here as Cleveland's stud at the back end. So there's a familiarity there, but his stuff is really tough to catch up with. It's almost one of those instances where you've got to guess right and be on time. When you're throwing triple digits and that ball's cutting the way his does, very difficult.
From a starting standpoint, we know Garrett Cole's going to start Game 2, but Boone announced that they are deciding between Rodon and Schmidt for Game 1. So, CeeLo, who do you think should be in that spot more? I
mean, for me, body of work and who do I trust more, as crazy as this might be to say when you look at the contracts and the fact that Clark Schmidt missed a decent chunk of the season, for whatever reason, I still just don't have a ton of faith in Carlos Rodon in a big spot. And I know he's been better this year than he was last year. And I would imagine they'll probably give him the nod when you take all those things into account. I think it's more of a status thing than it is a merit thing. And I think Clark Schmidt is a little bit more maybe flexible, both mentally and physically, with how he's bounced in and out of the rotation. He's worked out of the pen. So I think maybe he's a little bit more go with the flow kind of guy, where Rodon strikes me as that creature of habit, and he's got kind of a short fuse. So I think maybe that's why they might give him the nod. But personally, if you ask me who do I want to hand the ball to earlier in the series, it would be Schmidt over Rodon.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't trust Rodon after he acted like he won the World Series after the first inning of this game the other night. He was going crazy. And I think that all that emotion maybe came back to haunt him a little bit. And guys like that sometimes have trouble slowing the game down when things go against them. So I think it's curious. I think I would go with the wild card. I might start Heel. Give him a shot. He's going to pitch at some point, Boone said. I think he's got a lot to prove right now. He could go out and really set a tone for this series. And if he loses, you still got a lot of time to make up for that. So I would tend to lean toward him. If not, I would probably go Schmidt over Rodon for all the reasons you said as well.
Harp's just playing by its own rules. Like, that wasn't even an option.
Hey, let's go, man.
I'm with it.
Trying to win a World Series here.
Let's see the kid.
You're going to need the kid at some point.